Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Future of Wrestling podcast.
Don't look at me, don't touch me. Give you mine, straight ahead. Don't get no funny ideas about me. You wish that.
This is Future Wrestling Podcast, and I'm your host, Tuglog Logan Myers. You guys can check me out on Twitter at LoganMyers144 for news, schedules, and much more on the podcast. As for my co-host, as usual, my guy, and don't ask why, he's never shy, Eric, a.k.a. Broski from Kayfabe Today podcast. Please, Broski, please plug your stuff to the good people.
Hey, what's up? You can follow me on Twitter at MTLBroski. You can find me right here on YouTube at First Thing in the Morning. If you want to support the things I do, it's ProWrestlingTees.com/FTITM or Patreon.com/FTITM. Hello, Logan.
How are you today, Broski? Are you ready to get this action-packed show on the road?
I'm just so filled with joy and joie de vivre. I can't wait. I'm so happy to be alive. Yes, I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. So glad that I'm over that stomach flu, whatever that hit
I've
me.
been asleep for the past 6 hours. I barely even know where the fuck I am.
I only slept an hour, but that's all right. But we also have a special guest from Slam Pigs podcast, my brother from another mother, Travis.
I'm not as hyped on life as fucking DDP over here, but I'm doing good, man. It's good to be back on Future Wrestling Old School. Thank you guys for having me. You can follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. Of course, check me out alongside this guy, one half of the international sensations, the Can End the Lights, Broski, at First Thing in the Morning on Kayfabe Today podcast. Reset Button, Slam Pigs, Cruise Show with you, Logan. Just whoring myself all over the place. What's up, man? Good to be back.
You always hoard yourself out, it seems like.
Yes, sir. I'm not like most girls.
Oh, my.
No, you're not. No, but if you want to
no,
hear what Travis would sound like as a girl, be sure to listen to this week's Kayfabe Today podcast. We got a little treat for you.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's fuck, dude,
Oh,
Logan.
great.
You don't have to wait long. It's how it starts the show. It starts right off, so you don't have to wait too long for the surprise. I'm not one of these people that's like, well, you got to watch to the end. Be sure to like the video, even though it hasn't started yet.
Yeah, there's no giveaways. There's none of that. It's just entertainment.
No,
And Logan,
it's
I'm
just-
confused. I thought your gimmick was Logboat. Now it's Tuglog. Like, what is your actual gimmick this week?
He's the man of 1,000 gimmicks.
Yep, I have 1,001 gimmicks. I'm the Chris Jericho of the Dean Malenko with 1,000 holds.
Dean Malenko was on Raw like 2 weeks ago.
That's true.
Yeah, I know. With Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. I wonder if he could wrestle again. You never know. We've seen many others wrestle at an older age, so that's always something that we could always mention one day. He would definitely be on old. He will be one of the topics on Old School one day, so be ready for that one. But for tonight's podcast,
That almost sounded like a threat. He's going to
It
be
was a
on
threat.
here. Oh, Jesus. All right, cool.
It's a promise.
I've always wanted to be on a watch list.
Yeah. You are definitely on a watch list.
I'm sorry I
Well,
ruined your
our
flow.
topic tonight, Mr. McMahon has been on the FBI's watch list. If that's a good segue, I've tried.
Oh,
my
my God.
damnedest.
Beautiful segue. Woo!
I like that. Oh man. Yep, we're talking all about Vince McMahon. We could talk a lot about the McMahon family overall. We have Linda McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon, and even a surprise, a couple segments I'm bringing from the regular show of Future
Hornswoggle?
Wrestling Podcast. Oh, geez, we could always mention that too.
Hornswoggle's a McMahon. Oh, wait, no, he's
Sons.
not.
Shane's three sons. You're going to talk about
No
them
way.
too tonight?
Yeah, we're going to talk about their debut at WrestleMania, how they ran around the ring and upset Kevin Owens.
At least Owens cuts promos about him and mentions them. It's great.
I'd be happy if I was a kid and they're like, "Oh wow."
And this is not a coincidence you guys decided to do this. I know for a fact you guys have planned this episode, and it just so happens Vince is like one of the major storylines now on TV.
Well, that's 100% Logan. I'm about as organized as a confused hooker, so
It's just
I was
Nostradamus
gonna
Myers
say
over here.
too.
not Nostra Myers.
Myers Wiener. It's delightful. I'm sorry, Logan.
Ask me about Paulina. Of course, guys. What was your first opinion? Like, if you had an opinion on Vince McMahon or the McMahon family, what would it be?
On Vince McMahon, the greatest fucking entertainer in wrestling history.
The most interesting
greatest-
man in the world for me.
Yes. I'm gonna go with Travis's answer. That was much better than mine. But yes, 100%. He's the most. He's the craziest fucking old man. There's so many stories about him. There's so much like. I was disappointed when like, because I think the movie about him is it was scrapped, right? Because the script was actually like absolute garbage. But I think that's a shame. I would watch the fuck out of a Vince McMahon biopic, especially if he has anything to do with it, because he's going to make it so much more big. I'm a McMahon, damn it. He'd
Needs
like
more
make his shit.
cocaine now.
He'd make his shit in the morning last like 25 minutes, and it would be the greatest thing you've ever seen on a television screen.
He would shit gold in the toilet.
I think I said it on Cruise Control, your show, Broski, Kayfabe Today, on Slam Pigs. We always say we just want to watch a show with a camera that follows him around all day. He's
Hell yeah.
He's captivating.
You want to talk about a reality show? Fuck Total Bellas. Fuck Total Divas. Give me Total McMahon.
Total McMahon.
That's what I want to. I want to watch Vince just come up with some racist joke backstage and have one of the agents tell them why they can't do that in 2017.
I just want to follow
I would
through the
fucking
hood calling everyone Shelton. Calling everyone
Hello,
men
Shelton.
and women.
Look at all this Shelton. I had no idea you had such a large family. It's inspiring.
What a reunion you have here, Shelton. Where's the food?
This is awesome. And this is part of the reason why I was excited about doing the Vince McMahon topic, is because
Dude, I could talk about
our
fucking
impressions.
Vince with no format for
So
like
you could
4
get-
hours. For real. I love
Yeah.
Vince.
I knew
Well,
Logan was.
Go
Go
ahead.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say I knew that Logan was just doing this whole thing so he could get our sweet Vince McMahon impressions on the show.
Getting
Hell
those cheap
yeah.
likes, those cheap smashes.
Oh yeah.
Bread
I
and
was trying to get Grapple Vision on. I messaged him to see if he was busy. Did
Gotta
get no response, but he is a
Like,
busy man.
You got to give Tonka at least a couple days heads up.
You got to get him
Yeah.
between the smoke screens and the bong rips.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
it's
you got to
like-
give the guy a break. He's on Smoke Signal Internet. So
I actually think, speaking of the devil, he's streaming right now, or he was before we started a little while ago. He was doing a
yeah,
stream.
they had Anthony Kumi on.
Yep, they had him back. So shout out to
That's
him.
awesome.
Cheap plug.
Awesome.
Cult of
Tonka's the man. But for you guys mentioned like your opinions on Vince McMahon himself. I just want to add like 2 words for Vince McMahon, like for an opinion on him. Billionaire genius is what the 2 words come to mind when I think of Vince McMahon, because he's been there, done that. A lot of people say other things about him, but that's going to be mentioned later in the show. Is there anything else like you would like to on opinions on Vince McMahon before we go to our very first segment of the night?
I just think he's a fascinating character.
I
Like,
think
there's so
it'd be,
much-
the
Like, just the fact.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Chris.
just the thing of like, of him not liking to sneeze because he can't control it. Like, that's insane. But I would love to see him in a room sneezing, or like trying not to sneeze and just watching his eyes like almost pop out the front of his fucking head.
It's so Vince too. I could see him getting mad
It
at his
is.
own nose, like cussing out his
He-
nose. You
he
want to make
doesn't
me
like-
a pushover, pal? Come on, let's go. I went to
Just,
war with
like,
the
punch-
FBI. Damn it!
And just like punching himself. I beat the FBI.
And what
I
these
can beat
people are
you,
seeing is
nose.
this crazy old bastard yelling at himself because he just loves competition that much. And I like Logan, what you said, genius. I think I got to be honest. The last thing for me that comes to my mind when I hear Vince is genius. I always think Vince was always in the right place in the right time. Knew how to capitalize more. Like Paul Heyman's a genius to me as a booker. Vince McMahon's just a
Yeah.
businessman through and through. Knew how to capitalize on everything.
I think he had a creative side as well that was kind of like the genius part. But I do agree with you, Travis, that when I think Vince McMahon, I think ruthless businessman, opportunist. If I can permit myself such an adult term.
Ooh, I think a lot of
I
people
know.
like to say he's a genius because like he's the one at the end of the day that took the risk and milked all the territory for talent, right? But the thing is,
Yeah.
Yep.
but the thing is, Greg Gagne had the same idea. The Von Erich sons had the same idea. Vince just did it first, so he wasn't really a genius. It was just he's the one that had the balls, I guess. At the end of the day, I think of balls when I think of Vince. I think of giant testicles, basically.
Big, huge man balls.
Giant
Yes.
grapefruits. Grapefruits.
And his
Big
genetic
ones.
jackhammer.
Yep. Yep. That's spot on. Like in my opinion, that's spot on. Hands down, everything that you guys said is correct.
He's an alpha
Are you-
male. I think he's a typical.
Yep.
He's the perfect example of an alpha male.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He went into a super manly industry and completely took it over and revolutionized it.
He's literally
He
the
just had an
visionary besides alpha male. Let's be real. It's Vince's picture.
Yeah. He basically had an idea. He's like, I'm going to take over everything, pal. We're going to go worldwide. We're going to take all the stars from all the biggest promotions, and we're going to slowly choke the life out of them. And then he fucking did it. So, I
He
mean,
even said that in a promo. You got to grab your competition. You got to squeeze the
Yeah.
life out of your competition.
there you go. There you go.
Yep.
Can we
Yep.
say real quick, because you know we're going to get to his promos tonight. I'll say it at the opening. The best promo I've ever heard a heel cut is his "Life Sucks and Then You Die" promo by any heel ever. It's the
Yeah.
best.
I love that promo.
Oh my
It's
God.
so good. Because it's true.
Down to that crowd in general that night was amazing, and he had him at every step of the way. He just, I mean, maybe you could say for a heel that's not good because you want the heel to kind of be this lying piece of shit, but that night was just, ooh, excellent.
Oh yeah, he's just he's a magician. He can control and like he's a mass hypnosis. Like he can hypnotize. He can take the attention of every single person in an 18,000 arena and just absolutely captivate him. He's one of the greatest performers that company's ever known, and he owns it.
That's like solid
the
points.
bottom line.
Because Vince McMahon said so.
Oh,
First, like exposure to Vince though, the complete opposite. For all of us as a youth, when he was an announcer, it was a complete opposite Vince. And say what you want, Vince as an announcer, it is what it is. It was Vince.
I love him.
He exaggerated everything. He exaggerated fucking but the best Vince is when he's calling a match here. Back body drop. He followed through on moves and it worked well. I loved it.
And the banter with like Macho Man or like with whoever he was with, JR, the King. That stuff was good too.
Jesse might have been the best. As like,
oh yeah, they were definitely up there.
Bobby too.
Yep. Yep, you're spot on. I like the fact that the segments that I have for you guys tonight is the very first one is true or false. I'm going to give you like questions or like statements of Vince McMahon's career, and you're both gonna tell me true or false. For false, you tell me what the truth really is and why it was false, basically. So you guys ready to get this show on the road?
What do we do? Okay, let's do it.
It's true or false.
It's true or false. If you answer false, you got to explain why it's false.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Basically, Vince McMahon didn't win the Royal Rumble before.
False.
Definitely false.
Oh wait, were you gonna? Do we both answer?
No.
Or are you?
Yep, both.
Okay, false. I don't remember which Royal Rumble he won because we all know I can't remember fucking anything. But I know he's won it before.
Here comes my mark moment. 99. It was 99.
Yeah, here we go.
You know what? I had 99 in the back of my head, and I was like, I'm just gonna let Travis answer.
Got to go with the gut. Got to go with that gut mark feeling sometimes.
Oh shit.
Vince McMahon's only victories are over Ric Flair, Triple H, Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels. True or
Christ,
false?
not a bad list, Vince.
Not a bad list there, Vinny.
Jesus Christ. He never beat Stone Cold.
These are
So
these
you
are
guys
people
think
that
it's true?
you're saying the question is these are the only people he ever beat.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
question.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say
false.
false.
False, yeah, because that seems to me he beat Stone Cold at least once.
Well, I'm pretty sure he beat Stephanie McMahon in a dumb match at like No Mercy or something.
Oh
which is
yeah, there's
awful.
that too. Beat your daughter.
Yeah.
The beat your daughter match. Oh yeah, I forgot.
That
Not a
that may have been
stipulation.
the worst Vince angle besides the God angle. Those two right there.
I like the God angle. I thought it was
It-
fucking hilarious.
Here's something funny for you guys to know. This is actually true and false, because false, you guys are right, because of the fact that he did beat Stone Cold, I think, once, and then Stephanie McMahon. But his only clean victories is over the names that I mentioned: Flair, Triple H, Undertaker, and Shawn
Vince will
Michaels.
win.
Linda threw the towel in the Stephanie match. Does that count as a clean victory? I don't know. Never really knew the rules on that. It's tricky. Dick.
But
Vince McMahon.
Vince was the heel, so every win was a clean win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just reminded of Zach Gowen now, thinking of that Stephanie McMahon match. Ugh.
Didn't he rip off Zach Gowen's leg?
Yeah, him or Piper, one of them did.
So
Oh, it was one of them, yeah.
Piper did. I think Big Show did too.
Did he
Didn't
beat-
Brock Lesnar?
Brock
Oh,
Lesnar
yes.
might have.
Right, yeah, and then he F5'd him with one leg.
Yeah, into the post or something too.
Dude, that was the that was the worst. Yes, his good leg into the post repeatedly. So he
Wouldn't
couldn't
Braun
hop
be
around.
the perfect guy to have Zach Gowen around for now, like he did with
Jesus
Enzo?
Christ.
Could you?
Well, I think that Enzo is Zach Gowen. Enzo just has a different kind
He
of.
just has
Enzo,
half a fucking brain, not half.
he just
of his
has a
legs.
different kind of handicap. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Next time your old school episode is Zach Gowen, I want to be on that episode. 2 hours.
Oh
of Zach.
God, yeah. Zach attack
I
is
can
back.
make it
Zach.
happen.
Yeah.
I can make it happen.
Please
Don't worry, I can
Please
make it.
don't make that happen.
Vince McMahon won the ECW championship against RVD.
False. It was against. Fuck. It was against. I can't remember who it was against. Fuck. Travis, who was it against?
Bobby Lashley.
That's it. Fuck.
Dude, you're getting better though. See, you're getting warmed up. You're getting closer and closer every time. See, you knew that was bullshit that it was RVD, so you got that going.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't RVD, but I couldn't. See, the thing is, oh, this is awful. I knew the guy wasn't white.
Oh,
That's Vince cheat.
It was Shelton. I beat Shelton
I
for it.
beat Shelton again.
God, do you remember the angry Mark Tears when that went down? The ECW diehards. Holy shit!
Oh, that was so funny though.
It was.
I still remember to this day him wearing the bandana on his head.
Yes.
That's funny times. All right, the last one for true or false is: was there more to the plans for the storyline of Vince McMahon limo explosion?
Yeah, it was supposed to be him dead. He wasn't supposed to come back like Jesus did. He was just supposed to stay dead for a while. But the Chris Benoit, combined with the outpouring of letters and shit that they received at Titan Towers of stupid marks who thought the thing they saw on their television screen was real, made it so that they really had no choice but to bring him back. And I think ratings too were something to do with it. And the stocks, yes, that's it. The stocks took a massive fucking hit after he fake died, because apparently even people who trade millions and millions of dollars are fucking idiots too.
Broski is 100% right on everything he just said. And what makes it even sadder, to carry on the angle, they were going to film worked tribute like videos, like when Owen died. They were going to fucking shoot those and put them in an angle.
God, that's in such poor taste. My God, Chris Benoit murdering his entire family was almost a blessing in disguise.
Even if nobody killed anybody, it would have been an awful taste, considering that Owen stuff had already happened. Eddie Guerrero died 2 years before. This was after all of that, and they were going to do it anyway. You know.
Jeez. I love Vince.
No.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Now, the crazy part about this, it is true. There was more plans, and the Chris Benoit thing did interrupt those plans going forward.
Threw a little roadblock in there a little bit, don't you think, Logan? Just a little
There
bit.
is, here is a little light here's a little bit of light for the what the plans were. His brother Roderick McMahon was supposed to come in and get involved with taking over WWE after Vince McMahon died in the limo explosion.
Yeah, I've read that too. That was the whole part of the plan.
Please tell me that it was just going to be Vince with like a wig on.
I've always wondered why they let Roderick Strong keep his name, but now I know why.
Yeah. There you go. Little Roddy.
A lot of people speaking of Vince, a lot of people don't know he does have a brother. You would never know because he's never talked about in anything. He's never mentioned photos of him shown on anything.
Do they have a good relationship?
I don't know.
I would assume. But God, what brother got the low end of the deal in that fucking family? Christ.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's ever the company by his father. You know.
I wonder if he ever went to WrestleMania. His brother.
That's a good question.
Are there any more of these hot questions, Logan?
No, but I do have the next segment called. Broski loves this one. The hot seat segment. Hey, Broski, is your ass on fire yet?
It's always on fire, Logan.
Okay, I knew it.
These hemorrhoids are killing me.
You guys ready for my hot seat segment questions?
Oh, yeah, I got my pillow. I'm ready to go. I don't know why I did a really bad Jewish old lady impression, but all right, go ahead.
Should this isn't just Vince McMahon? I'm mentioning Shane McMahon and them. So, should Shane McMahon wrestle 1, 2, or 3 times a year?
I mean, never really.
Never.
But I mean, if it's in his contract, I guess that's once.
It is actually in his contract. It's twice a year. So this will be his second.
So there you go, twice. It's in his contract. He has to.
For all the great moments the McMahons have given us over the years, and how great Vince and Shane even used to be, even though he's not really the Shane we knew, I kind of feel like it's beyond Jump the Shark as far as the focal point always being in a McMahon. I mean, we had a WrestleMania in 2000 where it was all based on every McMahon in a corner, for God's sakes. They have no qualms about making themselves focal point. I mean, it's their company, but sometimes you got to step away. Yes, the Kevin Owens stuff we got, and I feel because I think the Vince thing was so great because we haven't seen him in so fucking long, and it was.
I remember when all 4 of them were on TV every single week. Towards the end, it was okay, enough is a fucking enough. Like we're sick of it.
Even in the CM Punk as champion era, remember when he had a cage match or something with Vince?
Oh yeah.
Well, I barely do it. And no one else really does either because Vince was on a lot more back then. It didn't make.
Well, I remember that it happened. Don't ask me about anything in the match.
What are you going to remember more though? The Owens stuff or the Punk? I would say the Owens. Definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, most definitely. Cause I honestly, around that time, that's when I was a little bit younger, and I was like, glued to the TV, just about. You know what I mean? So it's like I should remember a time when CM Punk versus Vince McMahon in a cage match, and I, honest to God, do not remember. And it's, I guess, even being glued to the TV at a young age, you still like remember things that you like and don't remember things that you hate.
But it's kind of like exactly where we're at when you see people complain about, Brock being a champion who only defends a couple times a year, blah, 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 blah. Well, I mean, you remember his matches with what stands out in your mind. If you think about it, I'll talk about the Joe match because it was, it was his dream match for one. And he only wrestles a couple times a year because it does feel special. And this Sunday, I'm so hyped for Braun and Brock. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, it's going to be good.
He doesn't wrestle every week. And I think, you can say what you want. Yeah, from 98 to 2001 or whatever, when Vince was on TV every week, it didn't have that Jump the Shark feel. It didn't become mundane and boring. But because they'd also never tried it before also, you never seen Vince like that. Now, when it was 2005 and they were still doing shit every week, it's a little different. Got boring.
Yeah, it just became the McMahon.
Vince is going to eat 5 stunners and get beer. You knew it was a formulaic process every time you saw Vince with a baby face out there. You knew it was going to happen.
It's funny. It's like the complete opposite of what it is now. As before, you knew, okay, Vince is going to come out. He's going to oppose the baby face. In the end, the baby face is going to beat the shit out of him. Now, with Stephanie, it's the complete opposite. You're like, okay, we know Steph is going to come out, she's going to emasculate somebody, and then the segment's just going to end. So there's like where the babyface always got the payoff, so the payoff got boring, and now the babyface never gets the payoff, so Stephanie emasculating people gets boring. It's like, Jesus Christ.
We've gone from the North Pole to the South Pole with her booking. It's the same thing. It's just a different look on it. And
Exactly.
at least it seems like, and I know there's rumors about her coming back, but they have totally cooled off Stephanie being on television, which has been smart. Yet they've replaced her with Kurt Angle and other.
That's
The
kind of
authority
funny.
figure, the authority figure thing in general, I think is way overdone. I know people say that, but it really is. Let's just get back to wrestling a little bit. Sometimes I feel like.
Yeah.
It's actually funny that you mentioned that because that was actually my next question. What's the purpose of Stephanie McMahon staying on TV?
Susan
Because
G. Komen Awareness Month in my book.
There you-
That's it. Once a year.
that, and I think they feel like they need a McMahon on television at all times.
They love their nostalgia.
Yep. They need that McMahon authority figure because it worked so well in the Attitude Era that no matter how much it doesn't work anymore, we're just going to keep doing it. Plus, they need that McMahon to open up the show every week with 15-minute promos that everybody is such a big fan of.
They've been getting better at it. It feels like they open up with.
Yes, that's true. But she doesn't need to be there. I think the past couple months have proven that. You don't need them to be there at all. You can just do your backstage thing, come out once a month to talk about titty cancer. plug your Connor's Cure thing whenever you feel like it, and then get the fuck off the TV. We don't need to see you.
And realistically, I think it's coming off because the episode's based on the McMahons. Like, we're acting like these are the only people who've owned a company to prominently feature them. No. This has gone back to the Von Erichs when Fritz Von Erich was on top, Vern Gagne was on top, and it's because they're one and the same. They trust themselves. They're not going to screw themselves over. That's why you saw guys that ran their own territories back in the day as the champion, one and the same. And that's pretty much what this is here now. And I would be more paranoid now being a public company with all these fingers in the pie, definitely. I can, especially with old age and it being Vince on top of it, you can imagine the paranoia that goes through that man's mind in one day. That's enough to fill me for a year, probably.
Well, didn't Vince drop an F-bomb on the mic not too long ago?
I think. I don't know.
Like he said I was going to beat your fucking ass or something to Shane?
Was it Titus when he grabbed his arm or something?
No. This was in ring. It was a promo. He had a live mic, and he's like, "I'm gonna beat your fucking ass." He said that to Shane.
Was it during the Mania build-up or like the Hell in a
Cell? Yeah, it was something like that. It was when they were. Oh, it was when they were leading up to find out if Shane was gonna have any kind of control of the company. So yes, it was the Mania build-up last year.
I need to look that up. I don't remember.
Yeah. I'm sure it's on YouTube. I'm on YouTube right now because I'm uploading the podcast. I'll check.
Do you guys remember like one time Vince was on commentary for Raw and somebody threw like a Halloween mask at him on camera and he just like picked it up and like looked weird and the crowd popped? I don't know why I remember that.
No, I don't remember that. But yes, it does exist. I'm not okay. This wasn't just a fever dream. It's from last year. Yeah, it's from last year. When he made the deal with Shane.
Vince was in the hot seat himself. Look at that, Logan. I brought it back to you. Your little segment.
Oh no! Look what you did.
That. Jesus Christ. Take my seat on the show.
I don't think anybody can do that right now, broski. I'm going to give you longer to...
They better not try and...
Let it be known I had the option off air if you couldn't make it to replace you as a co-host, and I turned it down. I was like, nope, that's Broski's spot. I said that, too. You can ask Logan.
I believe you. Yep. I believe you. You're not a snake-ass motherfucker like the rest of the people I know.
I did.
Hello, mate.
But we did agree that just in case you couldn't make it one week, that he could co-host. But that's.
No, it's all good. We hot tag each other in all the time. That sounds wrong.
Logan. Easy, Logan.
Yep.
What's next, buddy?
Well, the last question I'm going to give you longer to answer because this might take a couple minutes to answer instead of just 60 seconds. Is Vince McMahon truly losing his touch?
Oh, man. Yeah. See, sometimes sometimes I'm like right away I'd be like, yes, he is. But at the same time, I don't necessarily think that he's losing his touch. I just think that there's a lot more factors to consider than there used to be with them being publicly traded. I know people like to complain, oh, PG this, PG that. But at the same time, you got to understand that it's not the same as it was in 1992 or well, later than that, but like 1997, let's say. It's not like that anymore. They have a lot of things that they need to consider. Do I think he's on the cutting edge? No, definitely not. He's definitely slowed down, but I don't think he's as out of touch as most people, and I'm including myself in that, complain about a lot. I don't think it's as bad as we all think it is, but he's definitely slowed down. I mean, you kind of got to give him a pass on that one. He's 72 fucking years old, but by the same token, he may be 72 years old, but he's also taking headbutts to the fucking head. Yeah. Unprotected, I might add, and that's not just a little thing. I wouldn't do that. You fucking crazy? My head will probably, like Owens would probably cave my skull in. 'Cause, I'm a fragile YouTuber. We're not known for our physical prowess.
Unless you're Robbie.
That's true. Oh man, I showed somebody that intro, and when Robbie came on the screen, they were like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "His arms are the size of my legs."
Man.
But yeah, no, sorry, not to. I don't want to get gay about Robbie's arms on this show too. We did enough of that yesterday.
So, what do you think, Travis? Do you think he's lost his touch, or? That's exactly why I gave you guys a little bit longer time, because I know it's
a tricky question. It's a tricky question. It's, for one, just like Broski said, I agree. It's not his fault. Father Time gets us all. My dad just turned 74 this month. Shout out to him, I guess. He's, it's not like I expect him to know who's on the fucking top 10 charts in music to keep. I think Vince is out of touch, yes, but he's smart enough to know right now that he needs to slow down, and that's why you see him giving more authority to guys like Road Dogg, Triple H, all those guys backstage. That's why you see the product changing to a faster paced, streamlined style more and more over the last couple of months. I feel the shows have gotten more better than worse, I feel like. And it definitely, we say it all the time on all our shows, it always sticks out on an angle on Raw that sucks. It feels, you can tell when Vince had the book in that. And that, like I said, that's not his fault, but at least he's smart enough to know. I think he is slowing down, like you said, and I agree with what you said on that.
I mean, I guess if you look at NXT and then you look at the main roster, you can see right there the big difference, because the NXT brand feels young, it feels fresh most of the time. I know it went through a kind of a dark period a couple months ago where it wasn't as good as it had been, but I hear, from what I hear, it's picking up. And I think it's just a matter of getting older, and you can't really hold that against the guy. I mean, until he figures out, because he will figure out how to reverse aging. I think you got to cut him some slack. But like Travis said, he has been giving more responsibility to guys like Triple H, to guys like the Road Dogg. So I think he's kind of out of touch by, just being older. But at the same time, he still seems to be smart enough to be able to realize that other people have a vision as well. So, yeah, I like the guy. He's old and crazy. Yeah. Plus, he's rich. He's rich, and at 72 years old, I think he's earned any elderly person has earned the right to just be like, fuck that.
And plus, who else can go out on a fucking football field and cut a promo and get away with it besides Vince?
Yeah, exactly.
Good point.
Are you going to talk about the XFL tonight at all? His biggest blunder, possibly, or the World Bodybuilding Federation?
Yeah, the WBF, yeah.
No, well, we can definitely talk about anything you guys want to mention, or anything like that.
Should have worked.
Like I said,
XFL flat out should have worked. The NFL has taken so many things they use that they fucking revolutionized it. You see these over the top cams, all that stuff it should have worked. Just that bringing the wrestling into it, maybe that's why I killed it. I don't know. When the XFL launched, did you guys give it a chance at first? I know it's different for you, Broski, because you have the CFL up there and all that stuff, and hockey is like your NFL basically for you guys.
Yeah, I don't really watch football. I think it's boring.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know. I feel like it should be still thriving. So on some, not like competing, but still alive somewhat.
It shouldn't have failed catastrophically the way that it did.
Not that fast. No.
Yeah. Because it was just an explosion of failure.
And you watched it every week. It was like, I don't remember watching something on that scale die prominently every week. Not even WCW in the end died before my eyes like the XFL. Every week you could tell that the ratings are dropping, the budget was cutting back, it was getting worse and worse, and by the end it was the shit, the shits. Excuse me, not the shit.
It was the shits.
Shits. Logan, did you watch the NFL back in the day?
I watched one game.
Yeah.
I didn't watch anything of the XFL.
If they would have just stopped saying like everyone's waxed on that just stop mentioning the NFL. Don't even bring them up. Be your own thing. Because you can't ever compare to the A brand. Like, if I'm starting a generic soda company, I'm not going to be like, we're better than Pepsi. Everybody's like, no, you're not. They're not even going to give you a chance, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a gutsy move. I mean, like, yes, it did fail catastrophically, but I do have to give credit where credit is due. It was a very gutsy move. It was, I mean, you have to start a whole league from scratch. That's a crazy, ambitious thing to try. And really he did, it didn't last long, but he did reach that goal. So I don't think that's, because of the way that it was, panned, and because of, like, I don't know, because I don't watch the sport, but the quality of football wasn't as good as the NFL. I think it got panned, and people don't really kind of step back and be like, well, wait a minute, he started something out of nowhere here. And, they did get a whole season. So I guess maybe I'm just being too nice because I like Vince.
Essentially, I think that it was that they took guys that were either not good enough and cut. They took guys from the European Football League, and the NFL used to have the CFL. They took a bunch of B squad guys, and like you're right, nobody became a star. The only thing anyone remembers is that guy's jersey that said,
he hate me."
There you go. There it is.
Even I know it.
There, yep. See what I mean? That's the only thing anyone remembers. That fucking jersey. I need that jersey in my life. I want to custom. He hate me.
That and I remember like The Rock and Austin and Vince were at like the first game, and then never showed up again.
Yeah, I really feel like it should have just been Vince's company, but never had Vince on air except maybe a press conference. Don't put any wrestling on it at all. That was such a bad risk. And I know it was the boom period, but wrestling still was not accepted by a big part of society. It never has been and never will be. It's taken as a joke.
Yep, you're absolutely like to me. Nothing can surpass the NFL, so he was risking just about everything. Like, basically what he did trying to go one-on-one against WCW back then. He was basically saying, well, I'm pretty close to beating WCW. Well, let's try to beat the NFL. And he couldn't do it. He just, he has the mind for professional wrestling and sports entertainment. He just did not have the mind for football.
Yeah. He had the mind for the presentation and for everything around the actual game, but as far as the game and picking good players to form good teams, there's something that lacked.
Yeah. Yep.
So
are you guys ready for my next segment of the night? Because it's a little bit of a trivia challenge for both of you.
Oh, no.
So let's see if Broski can answer any of these questions.
Let's do it.
Do you think you can go one-on-one with Travis?
God, no. Are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy? Yeah.
At least he's honest.
Just the fact that you asked that question is kind of insulting, but I'll let it slide. Go ahead.
Well, I wasn't trying to do
Go
it.
ahead.
Okay, damn it.
They're busting out the Pee Wee Herman voice on you. Look at that.
All right, the first question. It's a multiple like ABC.
Okay. Now we're talking. C. Oh, wait, sorry.
I swear to God.
C for everything across the board. He's answered.
Who did Stephen?
Sorry, just real quick. If I would have done that last time we did trivia on this show, I would have won.
Really? Did they alter it out to be C?
Most of them were, yeah.
That's awesome.
Hang on, let me change this real quick.
God.
I'm just kidding.
We're not playing for money, Logan. It's all right.
Who did Stephanie McMahon defeat to win her very first women's championship? A. Molly Holly, B. Victoria, C. Jacqueline, D. Trish Stratus, or E. Jazz?
Fuck. Well, I think there should be a rule that I answer first
Go ahead.
because I'm gonna guess, and Travis probably knows. Can you give me that lineup again, please?
A. Molly Holly, B.
A.
Victoria.
I always
All right,
thought it was fucking Lita, but apparently it's not. I'm gonna say Jacqueline. C.
It is C. Jacqueline. C. You could have just should have done your C. You know.
I think it was Lita. And why would they make it Jacqueline of all people for her to go over? I don't get that booking.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon, when he won the 1999 Royal Rumble, who did he eliminate to win it? A. Kurt Angle, B. Triple H, C. Chris Jericho, D. The Rock, or E. Stone Cold Steve Austin?
E.
Yeah, that's come on, Logan. Percy's totally right. It's Austin.
Shane McMahon had many feuds. Who did Shane McMahon defeat at Judgment Day 2000? A. Test, B. Kane, C. Big Show, D. X-Pac.
I love the fucking intro to the question too. It was like I thought it was gonna start as like a biography, and then it was like, oh, the question. Can you name the list for us? Because I think we were taken aback by that awesome fucking.
Well, I was just laughing because I was like, I don't fucking know.
I laughed because how he did it. Oh man, do it again.
Hey, fine, I'll read the question too. Shane McMahon had many feuds. Who did Shane McMahon defeat Judgment Day 2000? A. Test, B. Kane, C. The Big Show, or D. X-Pac?
Test.
God.
You said A.
Was it the Big Show?
Travis is right with
Oh,
C.
I
Big
totally
Show.
guessed because it was 2000. I was thinking, did he have? That was right after WrestleMania or
Was
something.
Test even still alive in
Yeah, was he
2000?
dead yet, Logan? When did Test die? Should be the
It
question.
was
Oh, what an idiot I am.
When did Test die?
2004.
God.
Wait,
I-
what?
I'm not even going to ask another question. You're going to let me look this up real quick.
When Test
Jeez.
died?
Yep, I'm going to.
That's awful.
He died
sassy
in
of you there, Logan.
2009.
Oh, okay, so he was still alive.
Yep.
All right, well, okay,
Good.
my answer was that. Okay, well, good.
I'm glad he lived to see that.
That's fucked up.
Oh, I don't know why. That was really fucking funny. Oh,
Test.
All
okay.
right, next question. This is too funny.
Do I still have a chance to win here, or am I fucked? Because it's
Oh,
2-1.
you're not really facing. We're just trying to see,
No, I want to. No, I'm one. This is all the fuck. My pride is on the line
These
here.
are all the marbles, Logan. What are you
Yeah.
talking
All right. Linda McMahon helped who to defeat Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 17? A. Test. B. Shane.
about?
Big Show.
I'm sorry. My bad.
It's
It was Test.
of course.
She helped Shane McMahon.
Well, I didn't even hear the I only heard Test. They started laughing after Test. And what's your obsession with Test, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make a list here.
Was Test even in the corporation? Am I remembering that wrong?
Yes.
He debuted, I think. He was like Motley Crue's bodyguard was his gimmick or something.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Then it was the Union. Remember that shit?
Oh, Jesus. All right, what was the question, Logan? I'm gonna get this one.
Linda McMahon helped who to defeat Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 17? A. Test. B. Shane McMahon. C. Kane, or D. Big Show?
Okay, well, it wasn't Test. And it wasn't Big Show. And I think I heard Travis say Shane McMahon, so Shane McMahon.
All right, you got it.
Yes!
All right, so this one, Vince McMahon's Kiss My Ass Club. There was the list of who was on the list. So you're gonna tell me what numbers William Regal and Shane McMahon was. Was it A, 1 and 6,
What the
B,
fuck?
2 and 5, C, 1 and 4, or D, 3 and 5?
1 and 6.
1 and 6.
1 and 6.
Yep.
Nope, it was 1 and 4, C.
Can't answer
Oh,
this,
I
don't
didn't
count
hear
it out
this.
right there.
Damn it. I said C.
All right, so you guys just say it's tied up.
Can I get partial credit because I got William Regal?
Yeah, well, I figured you guys would get that because William Regal was always the first one to be on that list.
Do we both get partial credit just because that question was fucking insane to know off the top of your head in general?
Well, I can't give you something easy. I've given you easy stuff altogether.
All right.
I like that. I like that
That was
one.
a good question. That was good.
It was an excellent. That was a very bar trivia. You're not gonna win type question. I like it.
Yeah.
Well done, Logan.
Who helped, beat Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 17? They made Travis laugh his ass off over here. All right, so the last question was, but this is basically the bonus because it's tied. What was the final tally of the price that Vince? Yes.
Holy shit! All right, now I'm paying attention.
What was the final tally of the price that Vince McMahon spent on purchasing WCW? Was it A, 3.8 million, B, 4.6 million, C, 4.2 million, or D, 5.1 million?
A.
Professor Myers with the business lecture class. God, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the 2 million one.
2 million. There wasn't a 2 million.
Oh.
I win my
Broski wins. I forfeit. I don't know.
And Broski was actually wrong. Also, it wasn't A. It was actually C. 4.2 million was the final tally.
We go to the tiebreaker. That means you got to come up with the question off the top of your head, Logan. You can't go out with a tie. You got to do it.
No.
All right.
This is wrestling. Damn it.
This is wrestling.
Even though I guess it's a double DQ or a double count out.
No, it's like I picked up the mic. I was like, "No, I want 5 more minutes, ref," and then they rang the bell again. So we get the.
There you go. Bing, bing, bing. Go ahead, Logan.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. So now I got to look something up real quick.
You don't need Google. Come on, just top of your head.
I can't remember really that much.
He's been doing a podcast with me for too long.
I know. I'm trying to remember stuff. Yep, that's the thing. All right. When did Vince McMahon debut on commentary? Was it A, 1959, 1965, 1969, or 1972?
72.
72.
1969.
God damn it!
Fuck! This is never going to end. Logan, think of a number between 1 and 10.
I'm about to just say, let's do a Mega Powers handshake and walk away at the end of the day.
No, there needs to be a winner. Logan, think of a number between 1 and 10. Whoever guesses it and is closer to it wins.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have to Google up a number to look, Logan?
Well, actually, it said that he debuted on. This is weird because on the debut commentary on the top of the thing, it says 1969. But when you go into the professional wrestling career, it actually says 1971. So one of the dates are wrong.
You're rigging.
That's weird.
You're rigging the questions.
Yeah. Have you thought of a number yet?
You said 1 and 10?
Time is money. Yeah. We need a number.
All right, go. I got
7.
1.
8.
Son of a bitch, Travis won.
Oh, he prices righted me. You son of a bitch, you prices righted me.
I'm not like
I'll bid $1, Bob.
What a round.
Oh, or you know when the cocksuckers, they bid $1 over the guy who voted right before? God damn you.
That's who I am right now. I'm that guy.
Wow. I can't fucking catch. That's okay. That's okay. My karma is gonna come back to
Hey,
me
I'll be back in the future on one of these, and we'll do this again.
during
It'll be good.
Trivia Mania. I
It's a
can't believe I
record.
made it. I can't believe I made it to the fucking bonus round. We had to go down to Logan thinking of a number.
You doubted yourself last. I think you're a pool shark about this. Last time I was on, you did the same thing, and you made it down, and you almost won the fucking thing, or you did win.
I don't. No, I gave it to Kristen. She needed that win.
There you go.
No, I really.
Guys,
It's
I cannot wait for the trivia tournament for all of us.
Well, Tonka's in it,
Gonna
so
be
we all fucking
intense.
lose. That's
Oh yeah, we're all
that.
fucked. Unless
Well, don't forget,
unless we
it's
get Tonkin modern times, I think we could take them.
maybe.
I think. Well, we also got to remember Michael, Travis's brother's on it. We also got to remember. Hey, broski, hang on. And Jay's on it too.
Walk in the park. I'm going right to the finals. You guys just got a taste of the finals here with me and Travis.
Yep.
Christ, I'll be
Never
lucky to
know.
get past. I'll be lucky to get past Jim.
It was the beta of the actual tournament. We put a little free beta this weekend for
There you go. Because we really want your feedback. It's really important to us.
Speaking of Vince, I saw he was in 2K18. He's a playable character.
Yes, he is a playable character. And
Brian Kendrick. And Brian Kendrick Logan.
Oh, fucking goddamn.
I want to put Vince through NXT.
Oh my god.
Oh my
awesome.
god.
Jesus.
I know who I'm going to get Vince McMahon to do the Nikki Bella dance at the top of the entrance. And
Oh my god.
I wish Bill DeMott was in the company, so in 2K18 you could make it like Bill DeMott yelling at Vince in NXT.
next week we're going to talk about more of what we are going to see more of.
Do you realize the only NXT show we've reviewed since I joined the cast was the 1 week that I actually watched the show and you didn't?
NXT was really good this week too, I heard.
Well, we will review.
I stopped watching it out of protest.
Out of principle.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you did say you like the old school shows, so you said you wanted more of them. You said that last week.
I don't like anything. I hate everyone.
You also said that, but broski, I guess plug your shit and so we can close it up, wrap it up.
You can find me right here on this glorious fucked up platform known as youtube.com at first thing in the morning. You can find me on Twitter at MTLBroski. And yeah, go ahead, follow my Instagram if you like pictures of my face and my cat, MTLBroski as well. You can support the things that I do at first thing in the ProWrestlingTees.com/FTITM and Patreon.com/FTITM.
I just followed you on Instagram the other day. There is cats.
I know.
I can vouch.
There is cats. I followed you back.
I always enjoy seeing Broski and his pussy.
Yeah, I put my pussy all over the internet. I have no fucks.
No fucks given. If you guys would like to check me out on Twitter at Logan Myers144, please like, subscribe, and enjoy this podcast. We are trying to give the most professional viewing of the YouTube channel. Of course, that's Kayfabe Today podcast with Broski and Slam Pigs podcast. We're all three boobin' and soonin'. So it has been the Future of Wrestling podcast. The future is here and the future is now.